What do you think of the JT Miller thing, though, by the way?
I think if it truly is for a mental health situation, I think good for you. I don't think enough people address that. And if you need to take a little bit of time, it's better than a lot of the endings that we've seen for guys that haven't addressed it.
You're not wrong. I don't know if you're going to want to hear my hot take on it.
Go for it.
You have somebody who's so harsh on his teammates. I mean, how many times do they have the hot mic picking him up, just roasting guys on the ice? Like, what are you doing? Run the play back. He's just grilling guys live on the ice. And he's always been hard on his teammates. And now, for whatever reason, everybody's injured. They're banged up. They're going through a hard time. And he says, I just want to pull the trigger. I need a mental health day or whatever. I got to leave. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be the leader of the team. How can you lead from at home on the couch? You're the captain. You got to lead from the front. Like, if you're going to be mentally fragile, why are you going to be one of our leaders? Like, we need a mentally tough captain.
No, but I think there's a difference. I think when it comes to hockey, mentally tough. There's no doubting JT Miller and his mental toughness when it comes to the game. That's not his entire life, man. There are other contributing factors that we don't know. We don't know people's stories. We just get what they're willing to offer and what the media tells us. There could be other things that are going on, and if he needs to address those, take that time. There's a reason why every other industry in the world has personal days.
Do you think... Now, I saw the media calling him a coward. Now, I don't necessarily fully agree with that part,
Clickbait.
But would you agree?
Clickbait.
Of course. The mainstream media is terrible, and we've talked about this many, many times. But would you not agree? Because from my personal experience, some of the worst times in my life where shit's going wrong, I'm going through a lot of adversity, you split up with the girlfriend, finances aren't looking great, you got messes left, right, and center. Honest to God, the only thing that kept me sane in those times was going to the rink. You go to the rink, you talk to the guys, you play a little bit of sewer before the skate, you practice, your mind is empty. I'd like to think, unless I'm totally missing something here, unless it's absolutely catastrophic, this is the time where you should be hunkering down and going to the rink, not saying, I need some mental health time off. You got to hunker down and you got to bear down and go to the rink. This is going to help you get through it.
Sometimes those things bleed over, man. Sometimes those things bleed over. And as much as that is a calming effect for you, it's not one for everybody. It's still work. It's still work. And I think we all go through it in our own ways, and we all handle it in different ways. And I think it's not even necessarily a generational thing. I mean, you can go all the way back to the golden era and the way they affected the boomers and the way they were brought up and the way the boomers brought up the Gen Xers and the Gen Xers, the millennials. It goes back to biblical stuff as far as the seventh son of a seventh son. It takes a long time to break that curse. And we don't know what's going on. All we can do is say, hey, if you recognize that, good for you. Let us know what we can do to support you. And the fact that there are vultures out there trying to speculate on what it is to get clickbait, I think is quite salacious and, quite frankly, it's irresponsible.
I agree. And we don't know what's going on in specific details, but I'm just saying from my experience, and I don't know if you actually agreed to it because I don't think you answered the question, but that, like, playing hockey and going to the rink is what got me through a lot of really difficult times in my life.
For you, but it might not be for him.
Did you find the same thing, though?
For me?
Yeah, did that help you? Like, I'm sure you went through some hard times while you were playing hockey. Did hockey kind of get you through that?
I will say, and I maybe you'll admit to this, maybe you won't, but regardless of as much of it was an escape for you, it still kind of affects your play a little bit. Like going into the rink with a certain attitude, sure, you can put it off to the side, but it's still going to affect the way you walk in through that door.
I mean, dude, I'm super biased, but I like to think that it affects more so the pre-rink preparation. So like if something's going wrong in the summertime, my summer schedule, my summer training is all out of whack. But when I get to the rink, I'm still ready to go, but it's that that's suffering. So I don't know, hard to say. If you agree or disagree, you can leave a comment. Hell, call the goal line. Leave us a voicemail and tell us what you think.
Call the red line.
The red line. Got the red line, the goal line, whatever voicemail line it is. Got to take the link.
There's a link. It's really easy. All you have to do is record. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your laptop. You can do it on your computer. Whatever you want to do. It's through a .com called SpeakPipe, and it's really easy. And I'm actually looking forward to this. I do this on a regular basis on my morning show. Every morning we let people voice their concerns about whatever they want. We're doing the same thing here. If you want to chirp us, happy to do so. If you want to comment on something hockey, if there's something that you want to talk about specifically that you want us to talk about, more than happy to do that. Click the link down in the pod script. And I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
If you want to vent about someone going on in your personal life, old ladies driving you nuts, leave a voicemail. Let's
Miller, call. Hey, every Sunday a new podcast goes up, but if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, there's clips everywhere and just segmented stuff on your favorite players. Go subscribe to Slang and the Biscuit. You can click these boxes because who doesn't like clicking boxes?